Morning. So have you ever wondered if you can grow a garden in your front yard? That's exactly what I did. Come join me in the chaos. All right, so I have kind of an orchard in my front yard first. And so I know that probably sounds crazy as well. What if people steal your apples? Then they get free apples, right? So I have a little orchard, apples, cherry trees in my front yard. And so look, there's the street, no fence. So apple trees. And then back here I actually have some rows. So I like to have the ground covered. So it's gonna look like it's not weeded, but that's intentional. So I have some ground covers that I put in with my carrots. So I have a row of carrots there. And then right here I have a bunch of corn. And then I have some broccoli in there. Let me get closer with the camera.
Come join me in the chaos while the veggies are right. Watching the magic.
So next to the carrots, next to the corn, I have a whole bunch of tomato plants. So basically what happened is I was experimenting with rows. I was kind of teasing my wife because she's saying I'm a little bit too chaotic, a little bit too chaos. So kind of as an experiment, kind of as a joke, I got the rototiller out and I just made some perfect rows here. But then in order to go back and be my whole chaos permaculture style, I just grabbed a bunch of mulch and I just basically put like an inch of mulch on top of the rows, and then of course I planted into the rows. So in this trench over here, I just got one of those bags of popcorn kernels from the grocery store for like $2 that you put into a popcorn popper. And I just ripped open a hole in the bag and just literally poured out corn into that trench, like corn kernels into that trench, and then just put mulch on them just to see what would happen. And sure enough, instead of paying a bunch of money for a bag of like 10 corn seeds from the store, you can just buy a huge bag of popcorn with, thousands of seeds and grow as much corn as you want. I don't know if that's completely legal. I'm sure the ag industry wants you to buy certified seed, but I don't think anyone cares about that except for the people that sell the corn. Similarly, right here I got some of the sprouts, the carrot sprouts, the carrot seeds that are intended to be used as sprouts, because then you get like a 10-pound bag of carrot seed, which is like 10 million carrot seeds for just $10. And I just took one handful and just kind of sprinkled it in a straight line all the way down this. So I have 30 feet of carrots, and then broccoli, and some peppers. I had a bag of scorpion pepper seeds over here, so I have some scorpion peppers and some sweet potatoes and other things. And then over here is mostly potatoes. Tons of potatoes. My thought is, if things go bad, it'd be nice to have a little bit of food storage. And why keep your food storage in your basement when you can just plant your food storage? So we actually had a big bag of potatoes we got from the grocery store that sat in my pantry for a few months. Didn't get used because they kind of got shoved back there, and I went in there and they kind of look like they're starving for life with their little arms, eyes, growing out. So I chitted them out, which means you slice them and separate the eyes so that each eye has some flesh that can become a new quote-unquote seed. And then I just planted those. And so I have all these illegal potatoes, because technically you're supposed to only buy certified seed potatoes. I don't know if anyone cares about that, so don't cancel me if that's illegal. But yeah, this is all just supermarket purchased, grocery store purchased, Hy-Vee purchased bag of potatoes, sliced up and growing just great. I'll harvest those here once they look like they're about ready. I actually have some potato tomatoes, potato fruits, whatever you want to call them, that I'm going to experiment with creating my own variety, because I have some Yukon Golds, I believe, and some russets that have crossbred and created something unknown. Here they are. And so I'm going to take those seeds and see if I can create something new. But all potatoes here. Volunteer tomato plant popping up back here. I think I had a tomato plant nearby and somehow the seeds got over here. Whole bunch of romaine lettuce, and then onions right next to that. and a little pumpkin plant. I don't remember doing that, but I think I had a bag of pumpkin seeds from last year and I was just going around scattering them near all my trees. So right next to that peach tree I have the little pumpkin plant. Hopefully it does well. We have some vine borers that do a number on pumpkins. Hopefully I remember to continually cover up the vine. So last year I did an experiment where as long as I kept the vine covered with mulch, the vine borers didn't seem to go into the vine. I don't think they like going under the mulch, they like staying above. So it seems like covering the vine with mulch discouraged the vine borers from screwing them up. So simple idea, but you have that front yard that's just a big grassy lawn. Why not turn it into food? So I still have some grassy lawn, and yes, it's kind of a pain in the rear to mow in between all these fruit trees, but it's wonderful to just be able to just look out the front yard and see abundance of stuff that's going to be food. I'm kind of excited to see if this corn works. Some people are telling me I planted them too close. I mean, obviously these things grow like 1.5 inches wide and they're like 1.5 inches from each other. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I'm trying to do an experiment to see if I can just simply sprinkle popcorn seeds in a trench, let them go, and then of course see what happens. And I fed them with composted mulch, so I'm hoping they have enough nutrients. I know they're heavy feeders. They say quote unquote heavy feeders. I mean, I have a massive bed of clover right next to them. This entire lawn bed is all Dutch clover, and Dutch clover is pretty good at fertilizing. Kind of nice to listen to the robins and the cardinals. Yeah, over here I have a cardinal chirping up a storm. Beautiful. So it's just a beautiful place to be. If you have your own little sanctuary, you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, I highly recommend making your own sanctuary, place with your plants that you can just walk and just listen to nature. Thanks for joining me in the chaos.
Come join me in the chaos where the wild things grow, embracing nature's rhythm, letting the seeds we sow. In the sun we'll toil with dirt between our toes. God's rules for plants only Father Adam knows. Come join me in the chaos, chaos gardening where the wildflowers bloom. Letting nature take the lead in this beautiful commune. Come join me in the chaos where the food forest thrives. In the joy of growing, our hearts come alive, embracing the mess when nature takes control. Come join me in the chaos, let the bounty unfold. Come join me in the chaos where the veggies are ripe, watching the magic as plants come to life. In the chaos we find peace as the garden sings. Natural selection and work as nature brings. Come join me in the chaos, let the bounty unfold. Come join me in the chaos where the food forest thrives. In the joy of growing, our hearts come alive, embracing the mess where nature takes control. Come join me in the chaos, let the garden unfold. Come join me in the chaos where the food forest thrives. In the joy